Hey everyone, my name is David Agresti, and today we are diving into the roles and responsibilities of personal managers for artists. We are going to cover what managers are, what they do, their responsibilities to the artist, and how they get their job done. Managers are often the unseen management in the music industry, but deserve a lot more credit than given. Everybody has at least heard of the iconic band Guns N' Roses. Whether you're a fan of the band or not, there is no denying the impact that Guns N' Roses had on rock music and how their music was accepted and diffused into society. Big names such as Axl Rose, Slash, and Rob Gardner all might sound familiar, right? Well, what about Alan Niven or Vicky Hamilton? Do any of these names sound familiar to anyone? Vicky Hamilton was Guns N' Roses' personal manager when they were first starting out. While the spotlight often shines on the artists themselves, it's essential to recognize the behind the scenes figures like Vicky Hamilton and Alan Niven who played critical roles in shaping the brand's trajectory. Personal managers like Vicky Hamilton are the unsung heroes of the music industry, responsible for guiding artists through the complexities of the business and helping them achieve their goals. In this film, we'll delve into the roles and responsibilities of personal managers to artists, exploring how they support and elevate the careers of their clients, much like Vicky Hamilton did for Guns N' Roses. Now on to good management. Personal managers are the quintessential for artists. Managers are the backbone, the reason for success, and the reason for failure. Good management is so crucial that labels will go out of their way to help artists find good managers. Now, what constitutes a good manager? Artists that are actively searching for a manager look for high quality traits. For example, a manager must be organized and systematic, should have a straightforward, honest approach, as well as the backing of a good reputation. In addition, they should be a good and effective communicator, as well as an articulate writer and speaker. But some of the most important qualities is having the same vision as the artist, in addition to having good industry connections to further the vision of the artist. It could be as easy as a manager reaching out to an artist after seeing him at a small dive bar and recruiting him. Managers recognize talent and specific voices and performances that people will remember forever. Now, once a manager and an artist find each other, their relationship becomes even more complex. The next step for an artist and manager is their financial relationship. The financial relationship between artists and managers are transparent. Managers usually make artists sign in writing to authorize the manager full disclosure of any money going in and out of the artist's hands. This alone effectively demonstrates the magnitude of influence and course of action for managers. Managers usually charge 10 to 25% of gross revenue from the artist, and there are various factors that influence this rate, such as the track record and stature of the manager, the income of the artist, and the extent of the manager's services. However, in the music industry, it's not uncommon for managers to work with emerging or lesser known bands without immediate compensation, especially if they believe in the potential of the artists and see the opportunity for long term success. Now, into the actual roles or into the actual responsibilities of managers. Managers are responsible for producing the act. This means that once the artist and manager's relationship is now established, the manager now creates the presentation of his artist to the public. Much like a movie director meticulously placing each segment for the purpose of completing the whole movie, the more attractive an artist appeals to the public, the more swagger they will carry their name, thus positively affecting them through the public. The overarching theme of advancing the career for the artist is a manager's top priority. To achieve this, one has to realize that the music industry is a huge specter. Just like a regular business, only a select few have real power to change a life. These include promoters, agents, and industry lawyers. A manager must always put on positive competence and credibility. A manager must always develop good contacts wherever he goes, that being streaming platform executives, media personnel, influencer bloggers, anything that would help further the career of the artist. Now, once a manager and artist are really hitting it off, they start to tour a little bit, they start to release a few songs. What is the next step? What else do managers provide for the artist? That is security for some, but hell for others. Landing a recording contract is every artist's dream. See themselves on the billboard or even headlining for a main event, but everyone needs a record label in order to do it. In some cases, some artists won't even work with managers if a record deal is not a guaranteed thing in the future. In order for a manager to secure a record deal for his artist, he first has to reach out to the label itself, almost always beginning with the A&R department, the artist and repertoire department. If this department does not like what the manager has to say or does not agree with it, he works his way down the chain of command until somebody finds an interest in him. It doesn't matter how small the person is, how much pull they have in the department. All a manager needs is a little bit of attention, and that little seed that he planted might grow into a long and prosperous career. After working his way down the chain of command, the next step includes the manager working with major publishing executives because these executives have excellent contacts with independent producers and other label executives. While there are obviously other ways to secure a deal, these two are the most prominent and the most successful. Once a manager has successfully secured a deal for his artist, his job is just beginning. He now has to prod, but not pester, the record label in order to push his artist's music to be released and promoted. The manager must make his artist a perpetual talking point in hopes of gaining more publicity within the firm for his artist and also outside the firm. It is usually around this time artists start to renegotiate their terms with their managers since the artist has a nice chunk of money coming in. Feeding and monitoring the media about the artist is one of the biggest struggles for a manager. Public relations is a very hard thing to improve, but an incredibly easy thing to crumble. The public now must be informed of the manager's artist, which is where the manager's contacts really come in handy because of network radios or of music networks, radio stations, and streaming service executives are all a call away. A manager's job is going to be that much easier for the artist. All right, here we are. Every artist's dream, the top spot. This is going to be your Taylor Swifts, your Coldplays, the names that everybody knows. Once an artist becomes big enough, now the manager does not have to take every opportunity and advantage that he can. He now has to strategize what is best for his artist. He now has to pick and choose certain gigs he wants his artist to perform, but he also has to combat this with making sure that there's a balance between gigging and providing overexposure for the act. So this is a very hard thing to balance as of course you want to keep growing as an artist, but you also don't want to grow too much and provide too much stimulation for your fans. It is also during this time where a deal memo is constructed, and this basically is a summary document that covers commission, terms, and other points of a potential contract. Now, you know the roles and responsibilities of an artist manager. Is it easy work? Is it hard work? Since there's only a few managers and a few top artists, I would say that the outcome all depends on how hard you are willing to work. Thank you.